I think we're inching one step closer here to seeing, that's right, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s in the actual trading card game. Hey, 34% of you that have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button, smash it so we can climb up the 111,000 ladder here. Now, over here is going to be a screenshot that I've seen making its way around the Duel Links community earlier today, and it was talking about just like the timelines for the animes, you know, how Sevens came out 2021. You'll see all of your back dates here. But for those of you that even have any idea of what's going on with Duel Links here, and trust me, this will all bridge together here in a second. I'll explain everything. Rain's World was the last one that actually just recently came out. Every 2 years, a year, we tend to see a new world actually come into the game, and according to speculation and theory here, that the Sevens world will actually be coming to Duel Links, I guess, later this year, according to some things that people are like pulling out, because a lot of people are like, oh, you know, like this is the end of times for this, you know, like it's finally over, the end of like as soon as this is over, like the game hits end of use time, you know, they're going to discontinue it. No, people are now looking at this going, hey, you know, we're going to see Sevens finally plow on into this, which means I'm curious to know how they're going to work speed duel rules with that. But that does open up the next question of this video. So, we're at the end of the block. Cyberstorm access is finally over. The nostalgia power-up block that we've been very fond of for quite some time here. I mean, let's be honest here, the last 8 sets have just been power, 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 nostalgia, nostalgia, nostalgia. Now that we have reached this point, I guess we should go back to Cross Duel. If you've paid attention to Cross Duel, you've seen that Sevens is available in Cross Duels as well. Sevens Road Magician is in that game. All right, that's pretty cool. Now, if you fast forward here to like we were just talking about here with with Duel Links here, and you've seen the fact that, well, if they're bringing up this timetable, and there is the possibility of this is what we're getting, the only thing I can think of that would power creep Link summoning would be just summoning all these monsters from your hand at one turn, right? Just unloading your entire hand. Well, that would be that. Now, back to the 25th anniversary here. So, since we're basically approaching 2 games here that now are starting to see Sevens they're pulling Sevens in from, you know, 2 of this, because let's be honest here, the fact that Sevens has been like such an oddball out, now would be a good time to start pulling from Sevens into the actual trading card game, especially since we've started seeing the TV show be marketed here in the West. I mean, what's the point of marketing? I mean, let's be honest here at this point in time. You watch Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s here as a wee little duelist, and then you look at the trading cards, you're like, there's no Sevens Road Magician here. You know, there's like none of these iconic boss monsters from this TV show that they've been through. This would be an excellent time to fire up the old marketing genius that is Konami, start taking a look at this new block here, taking a look at all of the cards that they've created and start modifying them into things that they can import into the actual trading card game. Because it's already very clear to us at this stage that they're pulling, you know, the assets for Cross Duels, and they're pulling the assets for quite possibly Duel Links here in the future. All right, like I said, it's purely speculation for the Duel Links thing, but because of that, it's definitely what we're starting to look at here. Because I guarantee you at this point in time, I highly, highly doubt that they're going to bring the Rush Duel stuff over to the TCG. Due to card stock shortages that we had, I think it might, this is actually a very interesting point. Subnote here, I think we might have actually had Rush Duels imported into the TCG here, actually during 2020, but because of the whole world situation, the whole card stock shortage that we've seen, it actually just ended up not happening, which actually, come to think about that, The fact we could have actually had physical rush duels here in the TCG, I believe that due to that situation that happened during that timeline for those 2 years, actually stopped the manifestation for rush duels actually touching down here. So now that we've had 2 years to kind of reconcile, kind of take a look at this, we've started pulling, the IP into other things here. Rush Duel it's semi-popular in Japan. I mean, like, it's a good alternative, but, all of the bigger duelists here are going to be interested in the actual trading card game. And, I do like the fact where the card game has gone as of late by the fact that, we're able to kind of notice and recognize the fact that we need to start making more original content. They've done a very good job in the last year of pulling these original assets. Like, I'll clap for Konami. Oh, I really will. The Nostalgia Power-Up block has been awesome. It really has. It did things for the game that, well, I do agree at some points that nostalgia pandering has been pretty bad. I mean, they really can't produce new content because they opened up the door for sevens. They wanted to start testing out the more original IPs, and because of that, testing out those different varieties of things here, they had to kind of give it time to do its thing. Now, we just talked about that there's been no announcement for our Master Rule revision. We know that the next set is called Duelist Nexus, and which we've talked about has been a calling back to 5Ds. A lot of people, including me, are thinking that it seems like it would be a 5Ds power-up set for sure, but I mean, Nexus also means connecting, and I mean, if you've watched the first episode of Sevens here, then you've seen, like, with the whole, spoiler alert, I guess, considering the duel, him winning, getting the chance to have his dueling skills bring players together, I think that this would be a really cool time to bring in, Seven Roads Magician and give different effects to some of these cards. Now, granted, I don't think that we're going to see the mechanics of Rush Duel actually import into the game itself. No. We know that. But now that you have an entire, 100 episodes to pull from sevens, to pull in these particular cards, to give these cards new effects, and it's not like you have to do a lot of them per set. If this block is going to last 2 to 3 years in terms of this, you can start very slow. You can draw in your casual audience here and start them off very, very slow. Especially, if you start this block off with a cover card of Seven Roads Magician, for example, here, you introduce 8 cards for a theme for Seven Roads Magician with all effects that they're very familiar with from the show, and then bring them on over. Congratulations. You've not only capitalized on your marketing, all right, you've actually, conquered the hearts of the new players to get them involved in the game on, the west side, which is very, very good. And to top things off, now you're going to be actually bridging the gap for those duelists that have been playing Rush Duel in Japan to get into the actual trading card game. This is marketing genius if they can capitalize and execute on this correctly. And once again, I said that they've been pulling, they're making the little nudges out here with these IPs. You can tell that they're starting to do things with sevens. They're definitely taking a look at what's going on here, and they're going, what can we do with these? How can we bring this in to maximize the revenue and to, tap in to the marketing that we need to do? And I think the writing's on the table here, ladies and gentlemen. I think this might be the path that we're going to see for the 25th. The theory's still on the table. Like I said, that it could be a 5Ds oriented set for sure. But I think starting off the new block, bringing in, stuff from sevens to, maximize all of these particular things makes the most sense at this point. It seems like it's a wild theory, but I think that it all lines up at this point. Who knows what's beyond Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens at this point, but it's very clear that they're going to continue to focus on sevens, and if we can, have the TCG be a little bit behind in converting some of these cards on over to the actual game. I mean, like I said, they have the assets, they have all of the stuff that they need. They just need to tap into it and have access to it to bring over those players. So, what do you think about sevens actually touching the physical trading card game? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I would love to hear some of the wild theories, or if you just think I'm off my my rocker here with my old age. But I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.